Hi, it's Jared from Strong Roots Farm. Well, it's almost Christmas, and I got to thinking about it. I keep getting asked this question, what do I want? As a farmer, as a homesteader, what do I want for Christmas? And I know we're hard to buy for. So today, whether you're a gentleman and you want to forward this to your wife, or maybe you're a female homesteader, we're going to go over that. I'm going to show you some great gift ideas that I have found, things that I have bought this year. Most of them didn't cost very much money, and they have been a big help to me here on the farm. So we're going to go over them today. I'll show you each of those. Stick around. And just a little hint, there's very few of these that are over $50. So if you're looking for a cheap and easy gift, they're coming up. See you. Well, welcome back. This is obviously a very different video, very seasonal video for us. So we're going to go through these things one by one. I'm going to show them to you. But first, if you're a husband or a wife that's homesteading or farming, don't want to be sexist if you're the farmer and you're the wife, but it's usually a family affair, right? I want you to comment down below what you and your wife's number one gift for the farm would be. That way my viewers can go through, and you as viewers can do it as well. You can look through the comments and say, oh, these guys had great ideas. We're all about sharing our information here on my channel. So go down, comment, I want this for Christmas for my wife. And if you can put the brand and the price and any links, that would be awesome as well. We're going to get started with what I think some great things are that you might not think about for Christmas this year. All right, to get started, you may think it's going to be some kind of tools. Here's my recommendation. If you don't know the exact tool that your husband or wife wants, your farmer or your homesteader wants, don't buy them a tool. Okay, so you see all these tools behind me. I'm very specific on my tools. So if you're gonna buy a tool, I recommend a gift card. They do not, guys, we're not offended by gift cards. I would rather have a gift card from my wife than her to go get a tool so that I had something to open and it'd be something that I have to take back. So Harbor Freight, Lowe's, TSC, Rural King, Home Depot, those are about my top 5 if somebody asked me for a gift card. Do not buy a tool. Now that being said, if your husband or wife has asked for a specific tool, you know you're in the clear to do that because she told you or he told you exactly what he wants, but that's very rare. Moving on. So the very first thing, if you're new to animals and you're looking at some automatic waters, I've got very good water videos. I've showed some of that on ice. I've showed some of that in my other channels, but I'm gonna recommend the very first item be a MegaFlow Joby fill system. Okay, so these come, I took it out of the box here to show you. I've showed this in other videos. This goes right into a tank. You hook your garden hose up to it with some fittings, has a string. It also comes with the float ball. And when they drink the water down, it auto fills. No more filling the pot every day, running it over, creating a muddy mess. You simply hook the hose in, you walk away from it. If you're a person that wants to shut the water off every day, that's fine. This will still help. You'll connect your hose, walk away. It'll stop on its own. At the end of your chores, you shut that water off. You never overflow a tank again. These are about 60 bucks. Okay, you can find them for as low as 40, sometime on sale. I get these from Amazon. They do have them at PowerFlex Fence. It's another good website that I buy a lot of stuff from. And so there you go. There's number one, the number one thing that I bought this year on my farm that I absolutely love, not too expensive. Number 2, I'm wearing them. A great set of bibs. These are not new. I have had these for a decade. These are my Carhartt insulated bibs. So it's cold. You need a pair of bibs, right? Bibs are awesome for in the winter. You can unzip the legs, get your boots out. A good set of bibs are worth the money. I only buy Carhartt. And so I'm kind of a Carhartt snob when it comes to bibs. My kids have tried other brands. They grow out of them pretty quick. So we'll go with a TSC brand or a Rural King brand. But for me, these things last. They're worth the 100 bucks. This is the most expensive item on my list today, is a good pair of bibs. Just a trick or kind of a helpful tip. If you've never bought a pair of these bibs, I tend to go 2 sizes bigger. So for instance, I wear a 36-inch waist. As a man, I wear 36, 34s. In some of these newer jean brands, I might hit a 38, but when I order bibs, or I get a pair of bibs, they are at least a 40, if not a 42 in waist. to fit around other clothes. I'm wearing, other clothes underneath this. I only really wear the bibs for cold weather. So I have a pair of jeans on inside my insulated bibs because it's 16 degrees outside. So buy them at least 2 sizes bigger than your significant other, spouse, whatever wears. All right, next on our list is this magnetic cup holder. These are less than 10 bucks, I think. I'll put the link down in the description. I know this may seem piddly, but when you have older tractors, they don't have some of the nice conveniences of the newer tractors or gators or whatever side-by-side you're using or whatever equipment you're using. And having something to drink when you're out driving and bush hogging and working is imperative. And my tractor doesn't have any cup holders. And so I was constantly trying to hang a thermos or strap it in next to the gears. And so it was a pain in the butt. And I got this and it solved all those things for less than 10 bucks. So if you have an older tractor, throw this on there. My Yeti cup fits into here. The next item that I will show you will fit into here. So I've had many things, my Powerade bottles, cans, all that stuff. It's perfect, it fits right on there. It's super strong. I've put lots of weight in this with a heavy Yeti coffee cup like this, completely full and never bounced out. Won't pull it down, doesn't move it, doesn't scratch the paint. It's great. So I highly recommend these. Next thing on my list, which you kind of got a hint of, is a stainless steel water bottle. So we use a Berkey. We're particular about our water, that it's filtered. And so we bring water bottles around everywhere. We take them to work, at our jobs. We also carry them around with us on the farm. But a stainless steel water bottle or a good thermos is imperative to have. It's a great gift idea. What I love about this one, so one, it fits in that last item, in that magnetic cup holder. It fits perfectly down in there tight and it won't come out. You kind of have to pull it out. It's perfectly tight down in that hole. So this is called a FanHaw, F-A-N-H-A-W. I just found this brand on Amazon. I don't really care what brand you get, but this is one that I really like. What I really like about this is when you're bouncing around on a tractor, it has a straw. So you're not dumping water all over yourself. Think about that. The second thing is it has this dust cover. So it's dusty, you're baling hay, you're bush, whatever you're doing, right? Dust does not get where you're gonna drink. So you're not gonna get dust into your mouth with an open thermos. Like those old thermoses where you'd pull the top up and drink, dust was constantly getting on there. This has the dust cover that prevents it. You simply push the button and it pops open. So I can do this one-handed. I can keep one hand on my steering wheel, pull this up, pop the dust cover, drink, and I'm bouncing around so I can get that straw in my mouth, and then I can push the dust cover back down and put it back in the cup holder if my fields are that rough. So I really like this kind of water bottle. Link will be in the description. All right, next thing on my list, I found this about 2 years ago. This is a NOCO Genius 2D. Okay, so they have multiple different models for multiple different sizes, but it's a NOCO, they call them battery maintainers. Some people call them trickle chargers. And so I found this because I have a generator that has an electric start. It's a really nice generator. You should pull in wheels and everything, but I only use it like once every 4 years. So if the power goes out here for more than an hour, we can run our house off of it. And I've done it a couple times this year where I've thrown that generator in the back of the gator, gone out to use it like out in the way back pasture where I need electricity and power tools, and it not start. So I bought one of these just to keep on that power generator. Then I have a tractor that when it's cold, it's kind of hard to start. It just doesn't crank enough. And my theory is that somebody before me, when I bought it from the guy, he didn't put a strong enough battery on it. He cheaped out and bought a smaller battery with not enough cranking amps. But it works. The battery works 98% of the year. And if I put this on it, it'll work all year long. And so I'm kind of just waiting for the battery to die, but I keep this on that tractor. The nice thing about these, if you know, hey, I'm gonna go start this tractor tomorrow, you can throw it on today and that's enough. You can leave it on it all the time. You can have one of these for every implement, or you can change them around by simply adding quick connectors through these kits, okay? I got a long one here, but this is the connector you're looking for. They sell all kinds of these kits of these connectors on Amazon. And you see I have one that has some alligator clips on it. I have some that just have loops that go over a battery. And that's what I've done. I've bought a bunch of these kits to tie to each battery of everything I have. So every one of these has the female end of all these, and it's all tied to the batteries, but I only really have one of these that I move from thing to thing to thing to thing. And actually this is my second one because I keep one on the generator. That's kind of an emergency thing, but this I keep and I just move from item to item. These alligator clips I use to charge my dump trailer. So if my dump trailer sits for a really long time and I don't use it, that battery is very important to make it dump. And so I keep one of these on there, or when I know, hey, I'm gonna use it next week, I'll put one on it or a couple of days early. And so these things are highly useful. They keep your batteries from dying. You gotta go out and move hay, it's freezing cold and your tractor won't start and you're out there with starter fluid. This will help some of that. It'll help your battery be ready and not dead. It's a great item. They're probably anywhere from $40 on a really small one to $150 for a really, really big one. I think this, I'll put the link for this exact one. I think it was in the $60 range. All right, the next item is a new pocket knife. Every farmer, rancher, homesteader should always carry around a pocket knife. You should never go anywhere without a pocket knife. That's kind of my opinion. They're so useful. You know how it is with cutting string, cutting briars. You know, you don't typically cut briars with a pocket knife, but whatever. If you're out and you need to cut something, you need a good pocket knife. And you typically carry it everywhere you go. You never know when you're gonna need it. And then at Christmas, you're the cool guy that has a pocket knife to open the Christmas gifts and all of the city people can't do it. So today, I actually made an entire video a year ago or so, which I'll put down in the description, about the best pocket knives and why I think they're the best, and I went over some things. But I'm gonna show you what I think is the best pocket knife today, and they're fairly cheap, and I'll tell you the reasons why. And so I have this folding Carpenter's razor blade pocket knife. This one is an Irwin. You can pick these up at Lowe's. There's lots of different brands, and I don't think the brands really matter if you buy a Craftsman or whatever you buy, right? But I'm gonna show you some things in it that I think are important so you can look and see if yours has this, because I'm seeing a lot of them don't. One, it needs to have a clip on the side to put in your pocket or in your bibs or wherever. I like this clip. Secondly, I like that it has this so I push this button on this one. There's no hard button back here to push it down. It's an easy side button on it, and it folds open, and it has two locking positions. So straight, and then like a 3/4. And I use this for cutting round bale strings, right? Third thing is it needs to have some way to store an extra blade in it. So this one has this nice flap, and there's 2 or 3 extra blades stored inside. And there comes to the real reason I like these, especially for a farmer homesteader, is you push this button and you take out the razor blade. So each razor blade that you buy, Carpenter's razor blade, obviously has 2 sides, so you never have to sharpen knives. You simply click it in here, push the button, and each of my kids has one of these, and your knife is ready. So you get a dull knife, you flip it around, both sides are bad, you pull it, you throw it away, you put out a new blade, and you've always got a sharp knife. So I really like these. These are less than 10 bucks. They're super cheap. I bought 4 of them at one time. So I got one in my bucket for my gator, one that I always carry with me, and then my older sons all carry one, or should when they remember I yell at them. Make sure they always have it. So there's always twine to cut, especially in the winter when you're feeding hay. So a good pocket knife, that would be my next one. The next Christmas gift that I'm really excited about, I did an entire video on these, and I'll put that down in the description, just a few weeks back, is a solar light. And so I've got the big one here. These are kind of expensive, but you can buy solar lights that are less than 50 bucks. I've had multiple people take my advice locally, and after they've seen mine and seen it, and they've all had the same answer back. They're super happy with what they do and how they work. But you're gonna need to check that video out as far as the situation in which one you're gonna wanna buy to fulfill. So if it's a chicken coop, there's a special light for that. If it's just underneath an overhang, I've got some special lights for that. Or if it's a big barn light like this one, you can see those and follow my recommendations there. But if you don't have power and it's dark, and of course in the winter we're fighting with getting everything done before it gets dark quick, a solar light is a great way to get light quickly before you can run city power or whatever your situation is to those barns and sheds. Really extend your life and your time during the day to get your chores done. So a solar light is a great, great gift in my mind. And I would say you really need to check that video out because there's all kinds of links to different ones that I've recommended and how I tested them. And I give you the good, the bad, the ugly. I don't hold anything back, and I've paid for all the stuff that I ever show in my videos. I've paid for. So check out the solar lights. So I'm adding one in here as I came in and edited. I bought a new belt this year from Bullion, right? I will put the link to these belts. They have been one of the best belts I've ever had. They do stretch. They have some elasticity to them, which has helped a lot with my back pain. But it's also really nice if you like to conceal carry. So if you have a holster, whether it's inside the waistband or out, it really holds a lot better. And the belt buckle kind of snaps in, so they adjust. You don't have to have the holes and poke holes in them anymore. I will put the link down to this. There's multiple colors of these: black, tan, green, blue, silver, gray. You can find all kinds of different colors. This is my tan one. I've been really happy with this belt. A good belt is hard to come by. You can take this apart and wash it if it gets nasty. That's another nice thing about it. And you can cut it and fit it to you however you'd like, and then you just heat up the ends to kind of keep it from fraying out. Wonderful belt here. The link is down in the description. And for my last gift, if you're a farmer, rancher, homesteader, you probably own a chainsaw. We are always cleaning up limbs, and so you need a way to sharpen the blades. And there's many different types of sharpeners out there. This one I think is the very best as far as getting your chains sharp. There are ways to do kind of a quick touch-up faster than this method that I'm going to show you, this tool, but this is the best by far sharpening tool that I've ever found. So if there's just something out there better, let me know. But this is a Timberland sharpener. Okay, so you can find these on Amazon. You can go to Timberland's website and order them. It'll look like this. It attaches to the bar, and there's many videos on how to use this thing. Lots of people like this. I found this out from an actual forest fire guy in California. But you put this bit that comes on it in this handle, and you'll slide it through a bushing and sharpen each individual blade. You'll need to let them know, if you buy them this, that they need to watch a few videos. There is some tricks as far as how to set it up, and there's actual training videos on the website. Once you get it, it's super easy to use. There's just a couple things, like if you just put it together and try to figure it out yourself, that you would want to do it better, to have a better angle and a better sharpen. So watch a few videos. It takes 5 minutes. I can sharpen a chain in less than 10 minutes on a chainsaw and have it sharper than from the factory. So this is great. It holds the perfect angle. It gives me the right bevel, keeps my chain sharp. Everybody needs a good chain sharpener. If you don't have one, I recommend this one. Doing it by hand, you can do it, but there's a lot of variables that the angle, which angle you're holding in or out, that are all sharpened the same. So I prefer something that will set that for me perfectly every time, and that is the Timberland sharpener. So this is my last one here. I highly recommend. This is probably closer to the $100 range. Now, when I first bought this, they were pretty cheap. So I've had this probably a decade, and I'm on my second bit. This has been, I can't live without this thing if I have a chainsaw. Well, there you have it. As I always say, have a Merry Christmas. I hope this video helped you and gives you some ideas and some cool gifts. There are lots of other things out there. If your husband or spouse, whoever, is a farmer or rancher and they've mentioned something, obviously that's what I would go with. But you can never have too many gloves. Good socks. I've been buying hiking socks. I've got away from Hanes and Fruit of the Loom and all those brands at Walmart. I've just been spending the money on hiking socks. I found a good brand, and I'll actually put that down in the link as well on Amazon. They're in and out of stock, this link, so I kind of watch them. But that's what I would recommend is for when you're looking at socks, buy hiking socks. I found best prices on Amazon, even though I don't like buying everything from there. But it's hit or miss on the quality. And so I found a good brand. I will put that down. I do not like spending 15 bucks a pair for a pair of socks. I think it's ridiculous. I'm sure that those socks are good, but I like to stay in that $15 to $20 for a 6-pack. That's kind of where I like to be. I've had these socks for 3 or 4 years. I'm not going to take my boot off and show you my feet, but they are very good, and I will post a picture of that now. And so if you're looking for socks, if those are in stock, I found them out of stock about a third of the time. But there's a good thing of socks. Everybody needs good socks. And so There's lots of other things. I hope that some of these things in here gives you a good idea. If you're just wanting to buy something for yourself, I was really surprised at how much I use those magnetic cup holders. They're good on the side of toolboxes. I use that knife every day. The gloves, there's all kinds of different gloves out there. In fact, the glove that I have on, I found on Amazon, and I can't find these anymore. So I'm in the search for a perfect glove, and I don't really want to spend more than 10 bucks a pair for a cold weather or a good hardy work glove that will last. I like to buy them in 3-packs. So if you have something like that, put that down in the comments. Show me your favorite glove. And remember, comment what you want. What is the #1 thing on your Christmas list so that everybody can check out your comments and look through what to buy for their family. There you have it. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. God bless you. And please watch us, subscribe, like this video, and follow along. We have some exciting things coming up this winter. And I've got a video coming out about starting new pastures, how to start from the beginning. We've got a rare situation, so make sure you check that video out. Have a good one.
Bark, bark, bark.